Good morning, all. It's Scotia again from African Betting Clan. It's the Easter weekend, so I just thought I'd get things on the move a bit earlier. My theme this week is always look on the bright side of life. I know that's sometimes difficult, but it's the Monty Python. I don't know if you remember the Monty Python classic clip. At the end of this podcast, Bob's going to put the video on of Graham Chapman's funeral to end the podcast. Sounds a bit miserable, but the Monty Python team are a funny bunch of people. As I say, it's the Easter weekend, and it's probably not a good idea to travel on the road this weekend, but we're meeting the family. We're all getting together in the Midlands. So, the weather's going to be a bit heavy, the driving's going to be a bit dodgy, but it'll be worth it to see the grandkids. That's what we're looking forward to, all getting together as a family. So that will be fantastic. It's difficult to look on the bright side of life because of the situation on the planet is not getting really any better. I see Russia still bombing the hell out of Ukraine, and very poor comments from Donald as far as that's concerned. If we consider the Gaza Strip, Sudan, the DRC, it's a hell of a state the world's in at the moment. Plus, if you consider the death rates and the murder rates in South Africa, it's also in a terrible situation. Really, it's like as though we're in a war zone if you see the numbers. Plus our judicial system, I've been watching a couple of these court cases on the TV. It's bloody embarrassing. Nothing ever gets put to bed. They're always pending it. The judge is sick, or somebody wants psychiatric treatment, and really it just goes on and on, the judicial situation here. Nobody ever gets brought to book, as I'm sure as you're well aware. Look, as far as looking on the bright side of things, it was wonderful last week to see Willie Mullins winning the Scottish Grand National as well. What a fantastic ride by the jockey. Cool as a cucumber. And also he had the runner-up, so his legacy continues. What else? And also I watched the Masters to see Rory McIlroy winning the green jacket. It was extremely emotional. Good man, lovely family, and it was really great to see him eventually making it there. On the local front, heartbreaking for Zeitzman and Easy, Joe D'Amato, losing that horse Wahid. I'm sure they had high hopes for it. It was looking great. It was moving tremendously during the race when it broke down. Very sad, and that's one of the negatives of this game. It's a killer when that happens. And I do have a soft spot for PE racing over the last few years, and it will be great to see Direct Hit running again with his stablemate Hot Sauce. I'm sure it will be in hot pursuit for the Exacta on Friday, this is. And then we've got Augusta Rossa. That should also be included in all the all-to-comes over this weekend. And our old warrior, George's horse, also El Romanacci, is also making another appearance in a difficult race, but hopefully it does well. And then I'm looking forward, I've just been looking through the various races. I'm looking forward to racing at the Big T on the 26th. It looks like a very good card. And the Ugugu Stakes should be the highlight, or one of the highlights for that. What else can I say? As far as the UK racing this week, I've been watching the racing from Newmarket. Different class. It's been running in very heavy rain, heavy conditions, but they carry on regardless. So tell me what we're doing the wrong, guys. Is it our tracks? Is it the weather? Because they seem to cope quite well overseas, everywhere else you look. Today there's a horse called Romantic Style running, probably the best bet of the day. And then tomorrow's the Craven Stakes. It's very open, some really good horses, and it'll be well worth watching to have a look for a future champ as far as that's concerned. On Thursday as well overseas, it's still Newmarket and Cheltenham. Some excellent racing there. Friday night's Newcastle. Friday night Newcastle, you've got the all-weather Championship Mile. That should be an interesting race, very open as well. And then if we could just touch early May, of course, is the 1,000 and 2,000 guineas. So keep an eye on runners over the next week. But Desert Flower does look good in the 1,000. And then Cosmic Year, I mentioned that the other day, it still looks pretty decent for the 2000. Also on this Easter weekend, we have the Irish Grand National from Fairyhouse. It's a bit early to make a call because it'll be on the Monday. Yeah, and we have to go for Mullins. Now, which one will it be? I see Captain Cody and High Class Hero are still both nominated at this stage, and I would say that Captain Cody, if it runs again, I mean, it was so well ridden for the other Grand National the other day, the Scottish one, and High Class Hero is the one I fancied for the initial English Grand National, and it was scratched then, so keep an eye on one of these two. Check the sites for updates over the next few days. Just want to touch on the soccer. Aston Villa really tried their best last night. Sorry, Ali, I'm sure you're a Aston Villa supporter and they did you proud. But unfortunately, they didn't quite make it. And George will be nervous this evening to see the Gunners taking on the mighty Real Madrid. You know, Real Madrid's always been one of these great teams when it comes to European competitions. But we're 3-0 buffer, George. You'll be nervous. Might be 2-0 against you, but you'll just hang on tonight. And then looking at the overall thing, Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain, I think they're 5-2 joints. And at the moment, the Gunners are 4-1. So, George, have another wee stab. You never know your luck. Just talking about always looking on the bright side of life. I'm going to finish off with a video that I mentioned. And then we had a discussion the other day about life after death. Do you believe in life after death? I don't actually myself, but many people do. And it reminds me of the story about the young chap who was taking his new girlfriend. He took her for a trip up to Waterkloof Heights in Pretoria. Took her for a drive up the mountain, you know, to the Lover's Leap or whatever you call it. And he says to her, do you believe in the hereafter? She says, what do you mean? He says, well, if you're not hereafter what I'm hereafter, you'll be hereafter I've gone. Sorry about that one. Just another wee joke to throw in. So I'm just going to finish off now, guys, with saying have a great Easter. Drive carefully. Watch the weather. I think the weather's not going to be so good wherever we are this weekend. And good punting. And as I say, they tell me I've got a face for the radio, so I hope this hasn't been too hectic. But all the best, guys. Look after yourself. Happy Easter and good punting.